What were your thoughts on that from your team today?
Thoroughly deserved 3 points. First half, I wasn't too happy. I thought we were a bit pedestrian on the ball. Aberdeen never threatened us, so yeah, I was a bit frustrated. Half time I made a change. I wanted a few more runners for midfield to give Aberdeen some problems, and then when we done that, we caused them all sorts of problems. And I thought in the end we ran over the top of Aberdeen. Just disappointed it was only 4. I thought it could have been more. But look, it's been far too long, 7 games without a win. Just happy to get that victory final.
What did it mean to you to get that win and get around the box in front of all the fans?
Yeah, I'm happy. Of course I'm happy. The players are happy, and hopefully the supporters are happy with the second half performance.
Did you see in that second half, Barry, what this team can be like when it sort of clicks almost?
Yeah, and I see when they listen as well, they can be a good team. As I said, come back to the game last Sunday, their commitment and attitude's always been really good for me. I can never label that against them. It's just equality at times. So we worked really hard during the week on things that we can get better at, and it was just nice to see things happen when you work with things on the training ground. But I had to remember them at half time. We need to be better, guys. We need to threaten Aberdeen. And once we got that first goal, I felt there was a calmness about us, and we started to play the way that I know the boys can.
When you see a team run over the top of Aberdeen, as you said there, does it almost give you a bit of frustration of what could have came before if they reached those heights?
Yeah, look, I tend to know, look, in the past, look, it's not been good enough this season. It's been way off it. I've come in and I've tried to change it. One thing about I've changed is the attitude of the players been really good. There's been a few bumps, as I've always said. There's certainly a lot of good players in there, and we just need to make sure we finish the season strongly, and then we'll take it further out of our hands.
Barry, that's 10 assists for Nico Raskin this year, 6 of them since you came in. Has that been a conscious effort from you to get him further forward, or is he just really enjoying his football just now?
No, I think Nico will tell you he wants to be a number 6. I think he can be a number 6, but also I think he needs to add different attributes to his game. I think he can play further forward, and it's good to have that flexibility. We've had a few arguments, should we say, but I don't mind that. He's a good boy. He's got really good ability. There's no doubt, and I think he's certainly for the turn of the year. His levels of performance have been up there.
A few arguments, Barry, do you see about yourself, you know?
Yeah, too much of myself. That's my argument. But he's got an opinion. I don't mind people with opinions. I just think if he works on things that we speak about, he's got a real chance of playing at the top.
Is he somebody that the team should be looking to build the squad? Is he a player that they should be looking to build the team around next season?
I'm not going to get into that, Andy. It's just I don't know his contract situation. No, I'm just going to enjoy his the last couple of games, managing and coaching Nico.
Barry, were you surprised by how Aberdeen approached that? As you say, they didn't really touch Rangers at all over that whole 90 minutes. Were you expecting more from them?
No, they came to frustrate us. That's what I felt. They had a lot of men behind the ball. I kind of thought that would be the way they would approach it. But obviously they're still going for 3rd place. I did mention that. They've still got a cup final to play. I just, I thought in the first half they were there for the taking. That's the thing, it frustrated me a wee bit. But listen, we took things on board that I spoke about at half time, and I thought, honestly, we ran over the top of them in the second half.
You made a change at half time, Barry. Do you expect more from Bajrami? You look quite frustrated with what you're getting from him first half.
I expect more from everybody because I'm demanding, and they might look at me and they might say, oh, there he goes again, but that's just the type of person I am. I'll try and get everything I can out of players. Some players might not like it, some will like it, but I'm not going to stand there. I know they're at a brilliant football club, and I'm going to make sure I try and get every single ounce I can possible out of every single player. And it's not just about Nadeem. Nadeem's got really good qualities. You just find it tough today. And again, it's one of the ones you have to make decisions. And I made a decision. And I thought, not just Hamza, I thought the other boys that come on have gave me gave me a problem. I want to have a problem. I've not had a problem for a long time, so I've got a problem now. Starting 11, I'm going to have to pick against Dundee United and Wednesday night.
Just
What's
a
this last two guys? What's the situation with Oscar Cortez? Is it a fitness thing? Is it
I've told you, asked me the question a couple of weeks ago about Oscar and about Danny. I look at people when they train and I have to make decisions. So we'll also get an opportunity before the end of the season. Maybe. Danny has had an opportunity. That's more like Danny when I seen him coming on. But it's not just about Danny and Oscar, but everybody keeps asking about. There's a lot of players that are not getting much game time, but you need to earn your right to play. You just don't play for the sake of playing. You have to earn the right to be certainly unmatted.
Last one, Stevie.
Barry, can I just ask you about Bailey Rice?
Yes.
When he came on, he was effortless, looked really classy on the ball. In terms of Rangers maybe progressing forward in years to come, wanting that number 6, that was spoken about quite a lot at the start of the season. Where do you see him? Because you did say he was behind his development.
Yes,
Have you seen him taking strides, and do you think that he can be the player that you think he can be?
Yes, I think he can be a number 6 for Rangers. Again, I get asked quite a lot why you're not playing him. I don't think he's ready to play every single game. Now Bailey will say otherwise, which I have no problem with. But he's got all the attributes that's needed for me to play in that position. He has to work on things. And one thing I will say about Bailey, in corners the same, Nico's the same, Dio's the same. They really tune in and listen and understand they need to get better at certain things. So this next 5 days I'll continue to work with Bailey, and hopefully in the future we'll see Bailey be a Rangers number 6, because he certainly has the ability to do that.
Thanks,
How
guys.
far away is he from being that player that can start then every week?
Bailey, yeah, he just needs a bit of work, so that would be a pre-season. He should, in my opinion, have been playing more regular before I came. But as I said, I think he's behind development and he needs to work on things, and certainly it's something that we've been speaking about, we've been working on, and he's been tuning in, and that's all you can ask from a young player who everybody knows, I think, highly of him.